to Fowler.
Okay, awesome. Well, good morning, good afternoon, broadcast journalism course. My name is Josiah Mendoza, and I'm joined with the amazing Emily Suge. Some of you might know her. She attends Dodge College Film Media Arts. She's a very talented filmmaker, and I'm very honored to call her my friend. But today we're just going to be talking about the American dream and kind of how our experiences as a first generation immigrant and a second generation immigrant kind of influenced our decision to pursue the arts, and how our upbringing has kind of shaped us to who we are today. So yeah, Emily, first of all, thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you for having me.
Can you start by sharing a little bit about your journey and where you're from, where your family's from, and your family history?
Yeah, great introduction, by the way. Thank you. I appreciate it. So I'm from Southern California. I'm from Costa Mesa, California, but I'm a first generation American, and my mom came here from some rural ass town in Mexico, and my dad came from Japan, and they both came here when they were like 18, 19. Like my dad came here when he was 18, my mom maybe a little bit younger. We've lived in California ever since, and yeah, I'm just born and raised here.
So, growing up, what did the American dream mean to you individually, and what did it mean to your family?
I feel like my understanding of the American dream ever since I was like younger, to me, has been this idea of like success and making it in this like super modern society where dreams come true and you can do anything you put your mind to. Like, I feel like that is what I was taught, and I think for my parents, the American dream was just getting here and being able to make enough money to like live here and have a family. I think that was the American dream for them. It wasn't much about kind of climbing a corporate ladder or like building such great career success, but it was about having a family and having, you know, a front yard where your kids can play with like the neighbors' kids and celebrate 4th of July together. Like that was the American dream to them, I guess, kind of the social harmony of what the American dream entails.
How did your family and cultural background shape your decisions to enter the arts, and particularly film?
Yeah, so I think this is a really interesting question, because I feel like with a lot of kids who are children of immigrants, like there's not much of that push to like be creative, in the sense that like use your skills and your talents to do something super creative and super outside of the box. Because I feel like a lot of times immigrants and children of immigrants, they want to fit into the box. Like that's exactly what they're striving for. So I feel like it's an interesting dichotomy with that. But I think my parents in particular, they never pushed me in a certain direction in terms of like a career that I wanted to do. It was more so, do what you want to do and we will support you, because we came here and sacrificed all these things for you to be able to pursue what you want to do, what you want to pursue.
What emotions did you feel when making the decision to pursue art?
I do think that the guilt is very, very real and is very, very visceral, but it doesn't always come from the same place. I think that the guilt, in my case, because I didn't feel it directly from my family, I think it came from my outside knowledge of the existing world around me, about how it's really hard to make it in the arts, and most people who do pursue it and do make it very successfully usually have a connection or have the privilege of trying and failing and being fine financially. And I think that is where the fear and the guilt comes from, because my parents are so supportive and are very, very proud of me. But then I know, being a working class immigrant family, that I don't have that safety blanket like other families do. And you want to make money for your parents when you're older and you want to give back to them, but then the risk in pursuing what you love can kind of take away from that.
And also, like, bouncing off that risk-taking statement that you made, I feel like it's so like important to acknowledge, like, our parents took these risks, or
Exactly.
my grandparents and actually took these risks so that their kids and their grandkids can have the opportunity to also take these risks, you know?
Exactly. I agree. And like with the parents and like risk-taking thing, like it's so funny, like you say that with risk-taking, because pursuing art is such a risk, but then like immigrants are the biggest risk takers. Like, you sacrifice everything that you've known, your entire livelihood in these countries, that you've grown up in your whole life, you don't speak the language, you don't know anyone, and you come here 18 years old, 19 years old, and you don't know what you're gonna do, but you know you're gonna figure out a way to be fine and be okay and provide for yourself, like that is risk taking in of itself, and like maybe that's where I get that from. But I think that is just like the ultimate form of risk taking, and they did that so I can do my own form of it. Yeah.
What would your definition for your kids be about what the American dream is?
That's a good question.
I think the American dream is being able to pursue what you want to do. I would tell them that yes, anything that you want to do is possible, absolutely anything, but you have different stones in the road than other people do, and I will like help you and give you the tools to like swerve around those, but just know that they're going to be different than others, but it shouldn't stop you from trying.
That's a wrap.
Thank you. Thanks, Josiah. He's whittling.